Hi guys, thanks for joining me. Let us look at the Premier League fixtures for week 10 for Saturday. I have just done Burnley versus Arsenal. Look out for the video. Let us focus on Liverpool versus Aston Villa. Right, so Liverpool have had a really bad run, and I think it's this 6 losses so far this season across competitions, and they are looking really bad. Honestly, they're looking really bad. This defense of the Premier League is probably the worst ever defense I have ever seen. But yeah, they have had a lot of problems, but they have had it coming. I am not sympathetic at all. Usually I'm nice, but not with Liverpool. These guys are trolls. Anyway, this is how they're expected to line up. They're expecting Mamadashvili in goal. They are really missing Alisson. They're really missing him. I don't know. I mean, it's not just their keeper who's at fault, but like when you've got a back four that's not working together, you need your keeper to be the most stable influence in your defense. But putting in Mamadashvili has cost them a few extra goals, in my opinion. I don't think he's the worst keeper in the world. He's pretty good, but he is not Alisson good. I reckon Alisson would have helped them out a lot in organizing them for those set-piece goals that they are conceding for fun. Now, they're probably expecting a back four of Kerkez, Van Dijk, Konate, and Conor Bradley. Let's see who else comes on for Conor Bradley. Something happened to, let's see, injury. Frimpong, yeah, Frimpong's injured. He seems to be really injury prone at the moment. And then Szoboszlai, I think one of my favorite Liverpool players, even before I started hating them this season after winning that, Premier League last year. He's a player who I have noticed. This guy runs the town. He is really good, really impressive. I love the look of him. Curtis Jones might start as that in that holding midfield role, and then Cody Gakpo has been picked a lot to play there, but it could be who's the other guy? Florian Wirtz. Or anyway, it could be reverse, but at the moment they're going with Cody Gakpo. He has earned his place. He looks more mature than he did 2 seasons ago. When he was playing with the Jotas, may his soul rest in peace. That group with who's that guy who's left? Nunes. Yeah, Darwin Nunes. I remember those guys that were playing under Klopp, and they were very exciting. But at the end of it, yeah, they were too charming, they were too nice, and they just couldn't get it over the line. But yeah, very exciting players. Wirtz might start next to Gakpo or whoever. Mo Salah might come back in because they tried to scapegoat the king of Egypt, Mo. But it's not a Mo issue. The reason Liverpool are having these problems is not Mo Salah. And they're playing him in the way they're playing him, I think, is probably too wide. They need to allow him to come. They probably need to change their formation a little bit so that he can interchange with somebody, go a bit more central, go wide, and come in, cut in a lot more. But right now, where they have put him, they've sort of parked him to the side. Now, instead of Florian Wirtz, it's possible they'll have Ekitike and Isak starting together. I reckon just put Ekitike in. For me, he is the better of the two big money signings they made. But in the end, I don't know what Arne Slot is going to do because he's got big problems with the balance of this team. On paper, all these names look amazing, but the balance of the team is really just a whole other mess. We should expect Aston Villa to line up with Martinez in goal, Digne, Torres, Konsa, Matikash, that defense. Amadou Onana, love him. I really like him. And Kamara, McGinn, Rogers, Buendia. Buendia as well. I think he came on as a sub when I watched them the last time. I'm not sure. Ollie Watkins up front. So they've got a few changes. Let's have a look at some of their substitutions. No substitutions. We've got injuries though. Yuri Telemans, calf injury, Garcia knock, Buendia ankle injury. So Buendia is a bit iffy. Harvey Elliott, not sure why, we've got personal reasons here. In terms of Liverpool, Alisson has got a hamstring. They think Isak might have a groin strain, not sure. Curtis Jones as well, possibly. Leone, Frimpong has got some muscle issues. It's not the first time he's had to be taken off. Gravenberch, a shame. When this guy plays, I feel like Liverpool have got more control. And then Stefan, we'll see what happens. I am going for Aston Villa win or a draw. I think Aston Villa can do a job, Unai Emery does not mess about. Unai Emery is a solid manager, and he, apart from having that flair, that guy, oh my gosh, that guy is dangerous. So with Liverpool going through the issues they're going through, they're in the mud right now, I reckon Unai Emery is going to be pushing them further into the mud. I got a feeling Aston Villa might go to Anfield and they might do a job there. If they don't win, they're going to draw. I cannot see Liverpool with their current form winning. I cannot see it. I am going for an Aston Villa win or a draw. That's my take. Right, who else should we have a look at? Let's have a look. Oh, because we're doing Saturday first. 5 o'clock kickoff, 5:30, Tottenham versus Chelsea. Tottenham had a very bad game against Newcastle in the EFL Cup. Chelsea, not impressive at all in this sort of scenario. I can't wait to watch this because I think it will be, like looking at your two enemies beat each other up and both of them are losing. I think it's going to be one of those games. Let's see head to head. So last season, Chelsea beat Tottenham at home and Tottenham lost away. So I'm going for a Chelsea win. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Chelsea win. I mean, they've got Thomas Frank, but he can't find his balance. Mohamed Kudus, they've got some good new players. Colomwane as well. It depends on Thomas Frank's bravery in this match, but I'm going for a Chelsea win because Tottenham are Tottenham, aren't they? Let's be honest. And then another early kickoff is going to be Manchester United are going to be in Nottingham. They're going to be in Nottingham where what's his name has taken over. Sean Dyche has taken over this Nottingham side. Nottingham Forest have shot themselves in the neck, in the head, everywhere. They've just basically begged somebody themselves, literally. They've set up an automatic firing a gun and they have literally finished themselves. I don't know what they were thinking. They've sacked a manager who took them all the way up into Europe, and they brought in Ange Postecoglou, who is a complete disaster and not fit to manage in the Premier League. He's not bad. It's just that Premier League standards are different and they'll eat you alive if you're dumb. And he was dumber than a box of frogs, wasn't he? In the nicest possible way. I'm not being mean, but if you're going to line up the way he did, what do you want me to say? So I know there was Sean Dyche, he will be trying to get them a bit more organized, but they are probably not his type of players and he's going to struggle for a little bit. Manchester United have won the last 3 games. I can't believe I'm saying this. They've won the last 3 games with that back 3 thing I was criticizing for a long time. It looks like he's got the players playing the way he wants. Ruben Amorim. Good for him. For me, Brian Mbeumo is probably the best Manchester United player at the moment. Well, actually, there are a few of them. Luke Shaw has been magnificent. Cunha has been magnificent. And Mbeumo. Amad Diallo has been good. Casemiro, steady. Like the last game, who were they playing their last game? Where was it? Brentford. Yeah, Brentford. They took off Casemiro and they looked weird. The balance fell off until it was plugged in. They managed to survive it, blah, blah, blah. And they need to get Casemiro a bit fitter in there. There are some players you say, oh, they're not doing much, yeah. You can say that, but when they're in, they steady everything. Another player like they used when they beat Liverpool, what's his name? Harry Maguire. Yeah, Harry Maguire came in, did a job against Liverpool and then sat it out for Brentford. He doesn't even look bothered at this point, but he is also another player. When he comes in, things start working. So use these guys, use them. But yeah, I am going to go for a Manchester United are going to be winning four out of 4. You know what? There's this guy who has been growing his hair out, saying that he'll only cut it off once Manchester United win 5 games in a row. The way it's looking, it might be happening. He might get close because they are probably going to beat Nottingham Forest in Nottingham over the weekend. So let's see what happens then. But I am expecting Brian and Mbeumo to have another brilliant match. We'll see what happens over the weekend and then we'll talk about it. Then, other game, Crystal Palace, Brentford. Ooh, Brentford are the ones that beat Liverpool the other day. I don't know. I've had them in my mind. I keep seeing them against Arsenal, but it has nothing to do with Arsenal. So they beat Liverpool, good result for Arsenal. So Palace are going to be going away to Brentford. Palace have struggled recently. Who did they play recently? They beat Liverpool in the EFL Cup. They lost 1-0 to Arsenal, and they lost in Europe. They drew on the 18th of October to Bournemouth, and they lost to Everton in the Premier League. So their form is not the best. Now, either a draw or a Brentford win, because Brentford are really organized. I don't think they'll be looking to lose to Palace. Palace have been depleted a bit. We have stolen Eze off him as Arsenal. So yeah, it might be a bit tricky for them. Other team playing, okay, let's talk about Fulham Wolves. Fulham take on Wolves. I am going to go for a Fulham win. Brighton versus Leeds. Another 3:00 kickoff. Brighton lost to Arsenal in the EFL Cup on Wednesday. It was 2-0. They were okay, but with Brighton, you've got, what's his name? Danny Welbeck. Pretty decent side to watch. Leeds as well have come in. They've, I think, won their last game, lost 2, a draw, So both of them are probably balanced in terms of the last 5 games where they're winning and losing. So this one is a bit more open. I'm going to go for a Brighton win because they're at home. No good reason whatsoever, just home advantage. That is my technical expertise. Burnley taking on Arsenal. I have done a full video on this about the way they will line up, so please look out for it. But I'm going for an Arsenal win. I think it will be 2-0 or 1-0. Definitely hoping not to concede a goal to these guys. Right, and those are the Saturday games. Now, on Sunday, we've got West Ham at 2:00. West Ham taking on Newcastle. I'm going for Newcastle away win here. And then Manchester City are going to be playing Bournemouth. Manchester City are going to be playing Bournemouth. I am going to be going for a Manchester City win here as well. So I think Manchester City will maintain, their position, have another win. Let's see their stats head to head. I'm looking for success from Bournemouth, but I don't think there'll be much. Wait a minute. So last season, but we have to remember, like last season, Manchester City were really poor. They lost some crazy games. But last season, Manchester City beat Bournemouth in May, 3-1. And then Bournemouth beat Manchester City 2-1 away. So I'm going to go for a Manchester City win. Safest prediction. But anything can happen. And then, of course, Monday night is Sunderland versus Everton. Sunderland have been flying. I am going to go for Sunderland to maintain their second place position. Are they still second? Let me check the table. Oh no, they're fourth. I reckon Sunderland are going back to second after the weekend because they are going to beat. They are going to win this match. They're going to beat Everton, in my humble opinion, right? Let me know what you think, you guys. That is the weekend or match 10 preview of the games that are happening. I am really, really excited to see what happens. Thank you so much for joining me. Please, guys, do not forget to like and subscribe and share this video with everybody that you can think of and help me to grow this community. This has been Daliso from Daliso Sports Show, and I'll be seeing you guys very soon.